All right, today. No, please don't. I did that once and everyone like cringed at that one. All right, so now this word, the word of the day is ambiguous. Did you really just like count me on that one? Yeah. No. Ambiguous. The word is ambiguous. Class, say ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Thank you. Okay. What is love? Okay. All right. So now we're going to start finding for the angles. So we've been solving for sides all this point to this point. Now we're going to solve for angles. Now there's a certain time in which that the angles don't work, and that's where we're going to talk about the ambiguous case. So the word is ambiguous. Thank you. All right. Wow, you guys are not
ambiguous.
There we go. Better. Okay. So now, previous years, students have I don't know. They're like they listen to too many mumble rappers, and so they don't say ambiguous the right way because
Ambiguous.
Oh, kinda, but no, they ambiguous because no, there's a reason for that. Now, remember in geometry when you had a triangle that could not be a triangle, it was an angle side side, right? Do you guys remember that?
No.
Angle side side. Angle side side means that you couldn't prove a triangle to be congruent because of the ambiguous case. No.
So they said ambiguous, remember?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
I thought you were talking about I'm gonna beat your ass.
No. Wow. Seriously, come on. I'm recording this. Come on, keep it PG. No. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. All right. For this one right here. So, angle side side is a yes or no. Okay, no. I'm telling you, it's a yes or no. Because it's ambiguous, it could be, or it couldn't be, or it could be two. What? What way? So, now, in this case right here, whenever you have an angle side side, okay, you could have 0, which is no triangle, 1 triangle, or 2 triangle. So you could have all those. So ambiguous kind of messes you up. You just have to pay attention to the type of problem you have. Okay? So let's take a look at what we have here. So for this first, a 0 triangle would mean that this would be too big. So this is a diagram of what a non-triangle would be. And that would be if I have an angle side side. So I would have an angle over here, a side, and a side. So there it is right there. So I would not be able to do that. Here's a case that I would have 1. Okay? So I would have here an angle side side in a right triangle. But you basically have 2. So anyway, and here's another one. So I would have an angle side side here. This one would work. Okay? So this one worked with the right because you basically have 2 angles, so you could solve for the rest of it. So only in a right triangle like that. But now right here, angle side side, there's an example of one that works. And here's an angle side side that does not have 1 but 2. So this one, it could be this length going this way or this length going this way. Because you could have 2 separate triangles out of this. Okay? That's just with the given information that they have. Okay? So here they are, the 0 and 1. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's actually put this map to work. Now, when you pick up your calculator, what do you got to double check?
If it's a
Degrees. Okay? So, for this one right here, I'm just going to use the information that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch what I have here. So I have a triangle, some type of triangle. I'm going to label it A, B, and C. Okay, just a sketch so I know where everything is. So right here, I know B is going to be that one right there. It's going to be my 55 degrees, 40 minutes. And then little b is going to be 8.94. And little a, which is going to be on this side, is 25.1. It's restarting. Anyway, all right, so for this one right here, if you guys recall what I was telling you about the triangles and the sides, which angle is going to be bigger? Is angle B or angle A going to be bigger?
Angle A.
Why is angle A going to be bigger?
Because the side length is larger.
Very good. The side length is larger, right? Because remember, the larger the angle, the larger the side, right? So in this case right here, that's what it's going to look like. So we already know that this one's got to be bigger than this. Yes? Okay. All right. Now, do I have a pair?
Yeah.
What pair do I have?
Big B and little B.
Very good. I have B's. So I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to do my law of signs by starting with that. So it's going to be 8. Okay.
8 point.
Yeah. So 8.94 over
Sine 55 degrees.
is equal to
25
over
A.
sine of A. Sine of A. That's important.
Oh.
Now, if it's sine of A, I have to go backwards on this, right? So now, I actually have to find the angle. Now, you guys remember way back when, first semester, if I'm looking for the angle, I have to do the inverse. Very good. Looking for the angle, you have to do the inverse. So I'm going to have to do that here in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to have to do that. That's going to be part of what I'm doing. So again, cross products, right? So it's going to be 8.94 times sine of A is equal to 25.1 sine of 55 degrees, 40 minutes. Jess? Okay, we're trying to get A by itself, but now I got to get sine A first. I got to get sine A by itself. So what am I going to do? Very good. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8.9. 94, sorry. 8.94. So I get sine of A is equal to 25.1 sine of 55 degrees, 40 minutes over 8.94. Okay, is A by itself yet? Say no. Yeah, very good. So now I have to do the inverse. Now when I do the inverse, what happens?
They cancel out.
It's not going to cancel, it's going to swap, isn't it? It's going to swap. So when I do the inverse, I'm going to swap the A and all of this in here.
Oh my goodness.
So when you plug it in the calculator, it's going to be one step for you, and I'm going to show you that step. So it's going to be, switch it, so it's going to be A is equal to inverse sine of 25.1 sine of 50 degrees, 40 minutes.
It's
Oh.
55 degrees.
55. Thank you. 55.
Over 8.94.
Yeah, 8.94. There we go.
So that's what we plug in the calculator.
That's what you plug in the calculator now. So go ahead and please do that, everyone, right now, because you guys got to get practice doing this.
It's a lot.
Would you rather do it by hand?
No.
No, I'm just saying.
And we don't need to put DMS, right?
Nope. Actually, you can, but we would do that later.
Oh. It says undefined.
Okay, so now, what does that mean? If it is undefined, then it's not a triangle. This one's going to be 0.
Oh.
Okay? So your calculator is very smart.
So we did all that, we're supposed to get to 0.
Would you rather do it by hand?
No, but I'm.
Thank you. Yes, it is 0, so this one is undefined. So therefore, I would say that this is
No triangle.
no triangle, or not a triangle. Okay, so not a triangle. I have to circle it to make sure you guys know that's the answer.
Yes. Yes, you. Yeah, we have to attempt.
If it's not a triangle, then what is it?
If you sketch it, you can see if it's going to be angle side side and where everything goes.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's you attempted.
I attempted it so I know because A goes with A, right? B goes with B, and I put everything where they go. Okay, so you can see that right here we had a pair, right? Okay, sometimes you're not going to be an ABC triangle, so you're going to have a sketch somehow to be able to see what you're going to have. All right, so this is what it actually comes out to look like. This is what the sketch of this would look like.
So we do have to sketch it?
No, I'm trying to show you what it. So this one is not going to be a real triangle. Okay. Solve triangle. Okay, now we're going to do it again. So I'm going to attempt some type of sketch because I need to put things where they go. It's an ABC triangle. So little a, so 55.3. What else do I have?
You mean little big?
Yeah, I'm sorry, big A, little a is here, 22.8. B, little b, which is down here, 24.9.
We have angle side side.
Yes, we do. We have angle side side, right? We have angle side side. My angle is not between my two sides, is it?
No.
Nope. Okay, so given that, this is angle side side. Now, do I have a pair?
Yes, A.
I have a pair of A, right? So I'm going to have a pair of A, so I could actually go from there, and I'm going to try and solve for B here, right? So I'm going to try and solve for B. So let's go ahead and do that now. So this is going to be, let me see. So I start off with 22.8 over sine of 55.3 is equal to 24.9 over sine of B. Now, the exact same steps we just did on the last problem to try and isolate to get this B by itself. I want you to do that. Write me out.
Write me out.
Write me out. So it's the exact same steps.
Do we put it into our calculator once we got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the number. 63.87. So 63.9.
Okay. Yeah. Now this one we're going to DMS.
Is that an 8 from 2.8?
Yeah, 22.8. It's right here.
Uh,
My penmanship is not.
It looks like an E and then I knew that was wrong. And then you said we do DMS?
Yeah. Why do we do it on some and then some not? Like,
I knew that one wasn't going to work out, so it was a little bit more of a hassle.
So that means that it is a triangle?
This one is going to be, and I'm going to show you.
Get our number and everything?
Yeah.
And then we just solve the rest of the triangle?
I'll show you.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So we should come out with.
63.
Hold on. B is equal to inverse sine of 24.9 sine of 55.3. 63.3 degrees over 22.8, where B is about, was it 63?
63 degrees, 52 minutes.
Fif- 52 minutes?
And 45.1 seconds.
Okay, so that's in DMS, right? Okay, so now, I'm sorry, how'd you do that? This one right here, if you notice, no, because it didn't need DMS because these are decimals.
Well,
These are decimal degrees, so you just give me a tenth.
oh, that's 63.
0.9?
Yeah.
9, and that's degrees right there. Now, this one works. Okay? This one works. So, whenever you have an ambiguous case that works, we have to test to see if there's a second one. Okay? We have to test to see if there's going to be a second one.
Can we do the same thing by trying?
No, we can't. We don't do that. So to test for a second one, we're going to do this. It's 180 minus 63.9 degrees.
Oh, to see.
What?
Oh, to see if it equals,
Right here. So it's going to give me a second angle on this one because this one's going to be okay.
47. Oh, wait.
So this one's going to be what? Like 116?
16.1.
This one is going to give me two different answers for B. Because this one right here, this number is less than 90. This number right here is less than 90. So that means that I'm going to have a second one also. But if B, right here, big B, is 90 or above, so if this came out to be like, 100 degrees, would I be able to, I wouldn't be able to actually do that for this one. Okay? Because you're not going to be able to get two obtuse, you're not going to be able to get two obtuse angles in a triangle, right? What does obtuse mean?
Greater.
More than 90, right?
Yeah.
So in a triangle, you can't have two angles that are more than 90. Okay, because 90 and 90 together make 180. But if I have two of those angles that are more than 90, that's going to be, not working out. So right here, we have two of them. Because this one here is small, that means that this one works also. If it came out to be a different angle, then we wouldn't get anything here. Because if you look at it, and we could actually test this now. So do these things work out? Now I'm going to show you how. So if we're looking at this, okay, like which one's going to be the biggest, right? So now for this case right here, B should be greater than A, right? Okay, is B greater than A? Yes. Okay, so that will work out. So this 63 will work out, won't it? Will the 116 work out?
So when you add 60,
I'm going to get there here in a second. I know what you're about to say. So both these will work because little b is greater than little a, right? Yes? Okay, so that means that those work. Okay, so now, just looking at the triangle, if this one was going to be 63, I would have that A would be 55.3, B is 63.9, C would have to be what?
91.2.
Okay, does that work? Does that work as being a triangle? Yes, that works. Now let's look at the other side. So if A is 55.3, B is 116.1, C would be
8.6.
Does that also work as a triangle?
Oh,
They both work as a triangle, right? Because I'm testing it here. this worked out here, right? This worked out, so this works here. And you'll see why over here. We're going to have another one where we're going to eliminate the second one eventually.
So as long as the number that you solve for, like the sign thing, is less than 90, it could be two triangles?
Yes, it should be two triangles. It should be, or it could be. So now, we get it to work in the first place, right? So now we have to check to see if my second one's going to work also. So that's what I did right here. Is this a triangle? This one's a yes, right?
Wouldn't the C for the, that would be for the first one be 60.8? Because that adding up equals 210.4.
Oh, is this one wrong? Did someone actually? Oh, I'm sorry.
It doesn't add up.
It doesn't? Oh, thank you. I have been forsaken. What did we come up with here for C?
60.8.
60.8. Thank you. I am sorry for all my YouTube watchers. Okay. So it's going to be 60.8. So yes, that still works, right? Okay. Is this one still right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
works.
one.
Okay. So now, all three angles add up to 180. Yes, it works. All three angles together add up to 180. Yes, that works. So that both works. So once I did here, but what if right here I came up with a negative number for my C value? Because the B was so big that I would have to come up with a negative number for my C value.
It's not-
Would that mean it's only one triangle?
Yeah, that would mean that there would only be one on that one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I'm doing this right here. So yes and yes, they're both good triangles.
So like in all of these problems, do we actually have to solve each step of the triangle or just find out if it's one or two?
There's actually, some of the questions say 1 or 2, 0, 1 or 2, and
So-
others say solve, okay? So now, here's the diagram of those two triangles that we have right there. Here's the diagrams for this one.
Pancho, what is gonna be like the actual answer on the last one? That we just- Do we write like how many triangles there are, or?
Okay, it could be a question of how many triangles. It could be, can you solve the sides? Now, we have all this value right here. When it's going to be this, I have this triangle, it's going to look like this. Okay? I would have a C value of one thing over here, but if my B value was this over here, this is what the triangle is going to look like. This is what this triangle is going to look like, and I'd have a completely different C value, right? Because the C would be a really small angle, so therefore that the side across from C would also have to be small. Yes? Okay, so when we do another practice problem, hopefully it'll help out. And there it is right there, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, given this one right here. So for this, I have again sketch something so I know where everything should go. So A 43.5, little a 10.7, and C is 7.2.
Is that 49?
It's 43.5. Okay, so now given this one right here, what do I know? Just given the sides, what do I know about angle C?
It's gonna be smaller
It has to be smaller than A. That's important. It has to be smaller than A. Yes?
Yep.
All right, so now let's go ahead and set it up. So it's going to be 10.7 over sine of 43.5 is equal to 7.2 over sine of C. So right now, practice that, please. Enter that. Solve for C.
Same example.
Yes. Actually, no. This one's a decimal.
Say it again.
This one is a decimal.
Okay.
So it is a decimal degrees here, so you leave it as decimal. You don't need degrees, minutes, seconds.
So it's 27.6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So C is about what?
27.6.
And let's do the 180.
It goes to 108.
108.9.
Yeah. Someone double check.
Yeah, it's 108 something.
152.4 for this one right here, right?
What?
For 180 minus, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I'm just a both.
Okay, yeah. All right, so now, what do we say at the very beginning of that I know about C?
Smaller than
It has to be smaller than A. So would it be the second one here? No. This is the one that gets eliminated here. Because I found the value of C, it had to be smaller than A, right? Had to be smaller than A, and so therefore I could eliminate the second triangle. So there couldn't be a second triangle off of this one. So I know there's only going to be one triangle here, and the value of C is going to be here. Then we can go through and actually figure out the rest if we needed to. So if you needed to find B, we'd use law of sines, right? So we would have all three angles, then law of sines to find our missing B, right?
We're done.
Yep. All right. I think that's it.
You deserve 5.
Okay. All right. Don't forget, like and subscribe, right?
But don't comment.
No comments though.